Okay, we're good now?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey everyone, Jared here with Media over here. I'm here with Jennifer,
Hello.
and we're gonna start doing our movie review series. So today we're doing Ant-Man and the Wasp. If you couldn't tell by the title of the video, the footage you're seeing is Lego Marvel Superheroes 2 Ant-Man and the Wasp level DLC. Um, so another thing I should probably get out of the way before we actually get into the movie itself. Actually, two things. We saw Ant-Man and the Wasp a couple weeks ago with Jennifer's parents here, so shout out to them. I doubt that they watch our videos, but
Yeah, it was the only movie we could decide to go see together as a family.
come on, you gotta love Marvel. Sometimes. Personally, I like DC a bit better, but their movies are not as good quality usually. But we'll get to that when we cross that bridge. Also, last chance for spoilers. This is a spoilers review because I don't want to hold anything back. Okay, so let's see. How should we structure this? I guess go through some basic points. Story.
I thought it was pretty interesting. The villain person seemed a little forced and shoehorned in, but it wasn't bad overall. What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree with the villain. I mean, okay, I'm a little bit of a comic book nerd. I don't read comics so much. I just research them on the internet. So I guess I could get into comics if I really wanted to, and I would probably be fine. I mostly read Star Wars, of course. You can tell by all the Star Wars things I shoehorn into everything. But the Ghost is actually in the comics. I looked this up. Apparently, the Ghost is supposed to be an Iron Man villain, as well as male. Honestly, it's a villain I never heard of before this movie, so it's a minor villain. So be it. Also, apparently, the only big Ant-Man villain is, I think his name's Egghead, which you'll probably see in the Lego video game footage with this Ant-Man and the Wasp. You'll be in the game we're fighting Eggman here, or Egghead, whatever it is. It's not Eggman, it's Sonic. Can't escape Sonic.
Well, of course not, especially when I go by the title Sonic Crazy Gal in most of my online persona.
Link in the description. um, so, yeah, so I do agree that Ghost was kind of shoehorned in there. And it just felt like there were so many things that were against the main characters. I'm awful with these characters' names because, honestly, I didn't like the first Ant-Man so better. And I'll probably be using a clickbait title. Is Ant-Man and the Wasp better than the first Ant-Man movie or something like that? Yeah, so I do agree with you. It just, to me, it felt like everyone was after Ant-Man in this movie.
It was like that. That's why it's like, I like the whole debate between the government versus the black market people, but Ghost really didn't need to be there as well.
The Ghost popped up every once in a while just to cause problems.
Pretty much, yeah.
But to be fair, it kind of is like, it kind of reminded me of like, okay, you have all these people in the room, and then there's somebody sees a spider that walks right in the middle of like the circle of friends are talking, and so everybody goes at it trying to kill the spider all at once. Or like a rat, I guess.
Or a cockroach.
Something like that. So maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what the creators were going for. But for me personally, I did like I'm not sure if I said this or not, but I do think that Ant-Man and the Wasp is actually better than Ant-Man.
I'm not. Some ways it's better. I liked both movies pretty good. I like the difference between the actions in both of them. In the first one, it was fun to see the two small-scale fights versus big-scale fights. Whereas with Ant-Man and Wasp, it's really fun to see how the Ant-Man and Wasp fight against opponents that don't shrink like they do. And it's just interesting how they can use the shrinking and enlarging to their advantage.
Part of it is I don't think Ant-Man is a character that works well so much on his own. So I think it's very smart for Marvel to throw Ant-Man and the Wasp together as a team. Because if you didn't put them Ant-Man and the Wasp in the title, she would have been a sidekick to Ant-Man, and they wouldn't come across as partners. even though I prefer Wasp over Ant-Man any day. Don't go digging deep into Ant-Man history, because like right on the surface you can come across some pretty disturbing things amongst the characters, like abuse and stuff like that. So
Comics are weird sometimes. Really
comics are weird. So okay, so I guess we kind of go through the premise of the story a little bit. So I guess deep spoilers now. Last chance, I guess, if you haven't done it now. So the movie opens up. I never remember this Ant-Man's name, because to me, Scott something. Summers? I don't know. Is it Scott Summers Fantastic Four? I don't know.
that's X-Men.
Okay.
You know, Cyclops.
Okay. I know.
I think it's Scott Lang.
You can tell I'm nervous too when doing these things, even though if it seems like I'm doing cool about it, because I cannot remember a thing about basic comic books. And now everybody in the comment sections, I can't talk. It's going to start complaining. How dare you get the X-Men wrong? They're my favorite. Scott Summers is my favorite, etc., etc. How dare you mistake them for Fantastic Four? Those movies suck, etc.
Anyway, back to Ant-Man and Wasp.
My little tangent right there. Just stop.
No, it's
Okay,
so
there it
long.
goes. My recording session the screen just froze for a second. So, okay. Next up is so he's playing with his little girl, kind of doing an Indiana Jones treasure hunt thing with giant ants made out of paper mache and tinfoil. Looked like.
It was really elaborate and super adorable.
I guess, but he's under house arrest, so I guess you have nothing to do with this time, so might as well go all out. Especially when you're given so much custody each week, go all out for that time. But then they make like the most elaborate indoor sled system probably ever seen in the movie. I was just thinking of Home Alone when Kevin tries to go down the stairs on a sled and out the door.
Yeah.
And just think of that, but make it 3 stories, and it's not straight stairs.
I know. I actually mattress slid down a curled stairs once. It was a lot of fun. And then another time we just made a slide out of mattresses on those same curved stairs.
Okay, so he actually, through this, he puts his foot through the fence, which has his tracking device on it that he can't leave his property. And so the government agents come and do a search of the house, and we get some, what's it called? My mind's drawing a blank once again.
I have no idea what word you're searching for.
Well,
context?
basically.
Backstory?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Just kind of like, basically you monologue everything you're supposed to know about the movie. It's like, I have 3 days left. I can't. You probably know exactly the word I'm thinking of in the comments, so everyone's gonna be spamming it, and I'm gonna remember in the next 5 minutes when we end this thing or so. Well, anyway, government agents show up, search his house, but apparently he's been having weird dreams about.
That happened afterwards, not.
I was talking about after the government agents.
Yeah.
He's been.
And it wasn't a recurring thing. It was just that first time.
Did he have a couple dreams or?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I only saw the movie once. You can tell. She remembers it better than me.
I have a good mind for movies, apparently. Comes with always doing movie quotes around the dinner table.
Okay, so basically he starts having a weird dream about some lady, which turns out to be, I think her real name's Hope. Wasp's mom. Basically. This is why we give characters superhero names, because they're so much easier to remember than the actual names. Mr. Fantastic versus Reed Richards. Something. Peter Parker versus Spider-Man. So, I guess Ant-Man gets, after having this dream, he calls Hank Pym up, which that's the Ant-Man I know, so I can remember his name. So apparently Scott gets kidnapped by Wasp. They drive around in a Hot Wheels van.
I'm pretty sure it's just a car that they miniaturized to Hot Wheels size.
Probably. Okay, I was like, did we go dead for a second?
No, the screen just fell.
I know, but I was wondering if it went dead. Oh, well, either way, it looks like it's still recording, so it should be fine. You're probably going to hear this a lot through the review. So, instead of just giving us like a really very long, drawn-out summary, I guess Tri-Speed thing is. So he gets kidnapped. They discuss things. Found out he's been in contact with Wasp's mom, and now they're going to use him to try to figure out how to get there. But they need more equipment, so they need to get from a gangster dude. But the gangster dude finds out who they are, and so he tries to get in on their money-making scheme, and he brings the FBI in on it to go after them, and so it's all that. But apparently, there's also this other character, Ghost, that shows up, and she's kind of phasing in between dimensions. Weird comic book stuff, of course. I just spiked it, of course.
Apologies to all headphone users.
I destroyed your ears with a single sneeze. Okay, so the Wasp is also after them, and so you have all these characters chasing them around. They're trying to hide, shrinking, growing. It turns out what they need to do to get the last thing of equipment that they need, their lab's been stolen, so they track down the lab. They need the original Antman suit from Civil War, which Scott just said he destroyed. But it turns out he didn't. He hid it in a trophy. He said "World's Greatest Grandma" or something like that.
Yeah, that his daughter had given to him.
Daughter's given him, but she stole it from him to take it to show and tell. So they have to sneak in the school, get the trophy, get the suit out of it, put the trophy back without even realizing, sneak out, and hijinks ensue.
Oh, and you have a pretty epic car chase after that.
Yeah. So yeah, just running around lab, trying to lose it, get it back, try to find where the mom is, lose the lab again, one after another. Ant-Man grows giant, he grows small, and his thing never works properly, so hijinks, like I said. And that's kind of the main part of the movie in a nutshell.
Pretty much. And then, of course, you have the trippy sequence of being in the quantum realm every now and then. But
yeah,
I think they just like to show off CGI for things like that.
The spoiler alert, they get the mom back. She's able to help Ghost stay in the present dimension. And what happened to the gangster dude?
He got hit with his own truth serum.
Oh, yeah.
That was hilarious.
And the FBI arrested him instead.
Yep, and that also made those ex-con people get great business after that.
Because they were on the news.
Yep. Taking down the gangster guy.
So everything that people loved about the first one, it's once again in this movie, you have that one guy who's giving narration in his own kind of dialect, I guess to say. I don't know what else to call it. He's probably one of the best characters. But let's do the after credit scene first, and then the mid credit scene, because the mid credit scene seems to be more important. Mm-hmm. So the after credit scene, you have the ant on the drums.
Oh yeah, I remember that. That was really just kind of thrown in there.
Then I guess the mid credit scene, which is probably the more important part, is the snap. I'm not sure how well that picked up. We'll find out. I'll do another snap for it. There you go.
But yeah, that was just like devastating because during the whole movie you wonder where exactly in the timeline it fits in, but after that moment you know exactly where it fits in.
So I think it's probably during Infinity War.
Yeah, probably.
So you better seen Infinity War before this, but you already seen this. You probably should be watching. You probably already seen the movie yet, especially since we've seen it. We're reviewing it months after the movie came out. So another thing I kind of want to do, just kind of with movie franchises, is start keeping a list of Marvel movies and where they're ranked as we review them. So since this is the first one we reviewed, I guess this is the only one on the list. So Ant-Man and the Wasp is number 1 as of right now because we haven't reviewed any of the other ones.
Does that mean we're gonna be going back and reviewing them all
Yep.
at some point? Fun. Great movie marathon.
Let's try to do let's try to do one at least once a month
Yeah, that should be.
because we have 10 years of a franchise we got to get through.
Oh boy, that means we're going to review the Hulk.
Maybe it's even better now.
We'll see.
But just kind of comparing this one to kind of where it stands, just because on the list, Antman and the Wasp is the only one on the list. I let's just compare it to Infinity War, which was the one previous to this, and the other Ant-Man movie.
Alright.
Personally, I found this one better than the first Ant-Man.
I kind of like the previous Ant-Man better simply because he didn't have so much going on all the time. Because, like you said, with this one, you just have all those villains just attacking him and it's make it hard and juggling back and forth between like 3 different story points. And it's like just kind of made it a little hard to follow behind all the comedic hijinks and chase scenes.
I'll say why I liked this movie overall, but why I like this one better than Ant-Man. I'll probably talk more about that when we actually get to the original Ant-Man. I want to say at least something for that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say?
Well, you wanted to compare it to Infinity War.
Oh yeah. See, I'm already forgetting, even though that was like a few seconds ago. So Infinity War, personally, I like Infinity War better. I'm more attached to the characters in Infinity War than I am in this movie.
That's true. Infinity War is great. It had a good balance of drama and laughter. It's great. We'll probably tell more when we actually review that one.
Yeah, well. Okay, I guess we'll call it there. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Please tell me in the comments how can we improve these reviews or even our Let's Play series. Like I said, I want to try to get to all forms of media. This is just we started with video games, and now we're moving on to movies. I'm also currently working on Star Wars Throne Alliance. I'm currently reading that book. I'm not sure if I'm gonna make a video on it or not. If you want to, leave in the comments. I can tell you. We'll figure out. Any last words from you?
Not just like you said, just tell us how we're doing and be on the lookout for all forms of media and random videos to come.
Aren't you also working on animation?
I am. It's gonna be kind of a review of Bendy, more like a opinion on Bendy and the Ink Machine. Just made the Monster Bendy model now and just gotta start working on his walk and attack cycle. It'll be fun.
Okay, well, we'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.